Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the daily dose of the Hindu daily current affairs of 9th April 2021. Okay, so let's start. Today's first news covers about the Supreme Court judgments, right? Today we have two Supreme Court judgments. Now, Supreme Court judgments, as I have told you, need to be covered in detail, right? Because they are a very good part of the mains polity section, right? And you have to quote these current affairs news when it comes to the answer writing practice of Supreme Court. Okay, now Supreme Court today has said the first news that it will not intervene, refuses to intervene in the Rohingya crisis, right? Now this is a very straightforward judgment coming up from the Supreme Court. Right? Now, why it is said that? First of all, it has said that the Rohingya crisis, right? If the due process of law is followed, right? If the process of law is followed, right? Now, what is the process of law which is being followed? That is, if you detain somebody and send back to their home country, to their home country legally, right? That is, the whole process should be followed. Then the Supreme Court does not have to intervene, right? Okay, now the second thing is that why it is not interfering, because they have rights, right? Now Article 14 which says equality, and Article 21 states that due process of law. Now, Supreme Court has stated Article 21 in this matter, right? It has said that if a due process of law is followed, then we do not need to intervene. And India is not a signatory. Always remember, India is not a signatory of Treaty on Migration, right? That it will have to accept migrants. India has not signed this treaty, so all migrants coming to India are illegal, and the government of India has the full right to send them back to their home country. Okay, now this is the first Supreme Court judgment which is to be studied today. Now, second thing which is coming from Supreme Court is that about ad hoc judges, right? As we can recall that the judiciary in our country, right, is falling short of vacancies of many kinds, right? For example, at present there are 411 posts which are lying vacant in the country, right, of High Court, right? That means we are falling short of approximately 411 judges. Okay, now 411 posts are lying vacant. Now judiciary has to perform its role. So what it figures out a way. Now what does it figure out? It figures out that the retired judges, right, or the chief justices are being called back to work for few months, right? Now when they are called back to work, the overload which was there with the judiciary goes down for some time, right? Now what does the Supreme Court has to say in that? The Supreme Court said, the Supreme Court Justice said that this should not become a regular phenomena, right? Now he is afraid that the retired judges and the chief justices might come back to work for a long point of time, and this will also dissuade the government, right? This will prevent the government, that when judiciary has find out a way, this will prevent the government from recruiting new judges. Right? Now that is also not good for judiciary, right? So in both the cases, the Supreme Court has said that Supreme Court said has to be kept in the loop. Now, what is the loop? That how many ad hoc judges are you keeping? How many ad hoc chief justices are you keeping? Right? Now this all Supreme Court should be informed timely, so that more and more number of retired judges or chief justices should not be bring back to work. Okay, now this is the second judgment to the Supreme Court. Moving on to the third news today. The third news today comprises of as we know what we are running is the COVID-19 crisis. Now this is a factual news which I am going to tell you, and it is specially required for state PCS prelims, right? Today what has happened, India has given the official name, right, the formal name for the COVID-19 variant in India. Now what is the name? It is B.1.617, right? Now what is the UK variant called? UK variant is called B.1.17, and the South Africa variant is called as B.1.351, right? Now Indian government has still not tested, this is very important to know, Indian government has still not tested the domestic vaccines on variants, right? Domestic vaccines on variants, that is the variants coming from UK, South Africa or Brazil as we know it, the Indian government has not tested, right? So this has to be kept in mind that whatever vaccines are being developed for this particular strain of COVID-19 virus, which is present in the 85% cases of India. Okay, now moving on to the third news today. Now third news is commonly used, it is based on IR, right? Now US will not be able to pull out of Afghanistan, right? Pull out of Afghanistan, right? As we know that the US military had decided upon a day, and that date was May 1, right? Now US was supposed to leave Afghanistan, bring all its military back of its and NATO allies from Afghanistan by May 1, right? Now because of the technical problems and so much less of time has been left, right? So they will be able to meet the deadline of May 1st, right? That means it will be a hindrance in the future to Troika talks, right? Troika talks are being between US, Afghanistan, right, Russia and China, right? So these are the three people, US, China and Russia, which are talking for Afghanistan, right? So as we can know, we can see that the peace process which was going to go in a very, very good and a smooth phase, that will not happen in the case of Afghanistan, and we would be seeing this in the coming months of May, June and July, right? Okay, now coming on to the fourth news today. Now the fourth news is by the Reserve Bank of India, right? As we know that India is becoming a global player. Now global players are thinking in a global sense of way, right? So now because India is becoming a global player, we can even see that the RBI is also thinking in a global sense of way. Now RBI has decided under its program of GSAP 1.0. Now what is GSAP 1.0? It is Government Security Acquisition Program, right? Now these are the kind of programs which normally US follows, right, to keep the dollar prices in check, etc., etc. Now the RBI has decided to buy government securities, right? Now it has not yet told that which government securities, it has still not specified. It has only told that the government securities, right, and 5 types of government securities it will buy in the coming quarter, and the rate approximately which of it will buy will be 25,000 crore rupees. It will buy government securities, and there is one more pick to it, that it will be a open market purchase, right? Usually the RBI does not go this route. Now RBI is also giving a tough competition to the banks, etc., and it will go to the open market purchase of government securities, right? Now this was the fourth news today. Coming on to the last news, right? The last news concerned is about the insurance sector, right? As we have seen, the insurance sector, the FDI policy, right, the foreign direct investment policy has been set out, right? And we can see a greater FDI limit is being now set for Indian insurance sector. Now, the IRDAI, that is the Insurance Regulatory Body of India, has said that insurance companies have to file compliance safety reports, right? Compliance safety reports quarterly, right? Now this is a very good thing because this is to kind of prevent scams, as you can see, because when you are filing a compliance report every quarterly, this will certainly bring down the scams which are going to happen. It can keep a preemptive check on the scams if they are going to happen, right? And this has to be only done if the insurance company is going by the route of alternative investment funds. Alternative investment funds. If the insurance company is following this route, that is alternative investment funds, then only it has to file the compliance safety reports quarterly, right? In the other ways, it does not have to file it quarterly, right? That was today's news. Thank you. Jai Hind.